involved in the second half and got us going. We gave up way too many easy buckets in the first half, way too many careless turnovers to get going. Again, it's that time of year, but again, we got to be professional and have the approach we had the second half. And I was proud of the way the guys fought and scrapped the second half.
You got some great minutes from Landry Fields. You didn't see him in the first half, but what made you go to him in the second?
The key is we're trying to give minutes to Q, and those are Q's minutes that we're giving. Landry's minutes we're giving to Q at the the 4 position. But he came in, gave us the energy, huge offensive rebound at the end of the game that really kind of put us in a position to have that last shot. So to me, he was the MVP, came in, brought energy, changed the game with his cutting, moving without the basketball. You don't know it, but he called spacing by his cuts and movement, his smart play, just a lot of things he did besides putting the ball in the hole.
So DeMar all night settling for jump shots, making them, but he drove it the one time that you needed him to drive it and got the and one late in the game.
Right, he did. Yeah, that was huge. I mean, that's what, he's got to pick his spots. He had the height advantage over Luke. He could jump up over and shoot over him. I thought he could do that. Rudy, I thought he maybe could have went to the basket there at the end a little bit better, more aggressively, but again, he decided to shoot it. It's hard to tell players like that, what move to make. You woulda, coulda, shoulda. I'd love for them to get to the free throw line, but, you have to live with their decisions.
You were still able to get pretty good looks at the basket, even if they weren't
getting
it to the basket. You were getting a lot of mid-range jumpers.
Yeah, a lot of mid-range jumpers, but the difference was 40 free throws to whatever it was. What do we have, 16, 15? How many free throws? We had 16 free throws. So that's the difference. That's what you're talking about. The difference is you go in there, creating the contact, getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line on some of those misses that you have. We'd rather have that than those mid-range shots, just, to get them independently where we can attack. So we have to do a better job of doing that. But, again, I'll take the W.
You made Rick wait at least a couple more days.
Who?
Rick.
Well, yeah, I'm all for him getting that 1,000, just not tonight.
Getting Rudy and DeMar going on the same night has got to be the key for this team as it builds. Is there a secret to it?
Well, it's very difficult because both of them have the same rhythm. They need the same space. They need the same shots. Until one of them emerges this summer and becomes a three-point shooter, the paint is packed. That's the difficult part of creating something for those two because neither one of them right now, today, are three-point threats, and they will be. Rudy has been in his career. DeMar is going to continue to work on his. But as right now, the paint is packed.
Can you kind of try to push the ball a bit more, Coach? Maybe to get him involved that way.
We can try to do that. I mean, they're not natural runners. You got to say giddy up a lot to those two to get them going. Again, that's one way they can get it going. But then to do that, you got to get stops. All the stuff, getting it out of the net, it's very difficult to do in the NBA.
Jonas probably didn't have his greatest game, but he fought Pekovic pretty well for giving up 70 pounds.
He did. I'll tell you what, Pekovic is a beast in there. You're giving up 70 pounds and what I call old man strength. And one of these days, Jonas is going to match up with him pound for pound or strength-wise. But right now, he's behind him a little bit. But I still was proud of the way he battled and went at him and didn't back up from it. A lot of guys would have ran from that contact, and he didn't.
There's really 2 fouls, Dwane. What was the result of, you thought?
A lot of it, Peck was getting a deep post position. And, it's easy to get tricked when you experience this Pekovic and as strong as he is. He was getting him deep in the paint. Now when you made a move, JV was reacting instead of being proactive and caught him in a bad situation and got a couple of, ticky-tack fouls. So that experience is going to happen. It hasn't been happening, but tonight it did.
So even if he beat Nikolai to the spot, how could he physically hold that area?
Leverage. You got to get to where you can use your hands and get good leverage. Again, that comes with experience too, and that's the work that JV needs to get a little bit more strength in his lower body and his base to hold his spot. That guy, he's a beast, and our next thing was to come double team, but we didn't have to go to that.
The reaction when Rubio missed the free throws at the end, was that that was a key part for you guys?
Well, it was huge. Yeah, it was huge. Mason missing the free throw. We wanted Amir to miss his, but the key with him, he had to hit the rim. That way it was huge, and he was smart enough to do that. And that was a big play for him because they didn't have enough time to do anything.
Coach, how big to get a road win, not only to get a win, but to come back? You guys were down by 11 in the third, show some resiliency.
It did. I was proud of the way the guys fought back in the second half against a team that's been playing really well. Didn't give in, and I like the resilience second half. I don't want to wait till the second half to fight like that, but we did. And again, that's what we're building for next year is guys fight through that and continue to develop that type of resiliency and toughness.
Coach, was this